March 2026. A 2023 Tundra owner posts to Reddit at 11 p.m. His truck stalled at 80 miles per hour. The dealer dismissed him, told him it was probably a sensor. 6 hours later, the engine was gone. Total seizure. Here's the part that breaks you. That wasn't his original engine. Toyota had already replaced it under the recall. 2 recalls, a replacement engine, and it's still failing. And as of 3 days ago, Toyota officially announced they still don't have a fix after 4 years. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact failure timeline Toyota doesn't want you to see. Why your replacement engine has the same design flaw as the one they pulled out, and the only legal move that's actually working for owners right now. Stay until Chapter 4. It could save you $70,000. Chapter 1. Toyota's official story, both times. Let's establish the timeline, because Toyota is counting on you not knowing all of it. In May 2024, NHTSA opened an investigation into V35A engine failures in 2022 and 2023 Tundras. By November 2024, Toyota issued Recall 25V273. The explanation? Machining debris contaminated during manufacturing had settled in the crankshaft main bearings. The fix? Change your oil viscosity from 0W20 to 5W30. That was it. Change your oil. On a $70,000 truck with a potential engine death sentence. Owners complied, and then their replacement engines started failing too. November 6, 2025, Toyota issues Recall 25V767, the second recall for the same engine. This time, they expanded coverage to 2024 models and Lexus GX550s. 127,000 vehicles total. 2 separate recalls, 2 separate fixes, same engine dying. This is not a quality control miss. This is a pattern. Toyota's own communications to NHTSA acknowledge, and I'm reading directly from the filing, allegations in the field of engine failures on vehicles that were not included in the recall. Translation: trucks that shouldn't be failing are failing. And here's what the dealers aren't telling you when they hand back your keys after an engine swap. The replacement engine, the one they just put in, came from the same production run, the same manufacturing process, with the same oil circuit design. They replaced the symptom. They never fixed the cause. Chapter 2. Why the replacement engine has the same problem. To understand why replacement engines are failing, you need to understand what Toyota told you and what they didn't. The official explanation is machining debris, metal shavings left inside the engine during manufacturing, circulating through the oil system, destroying the main bearings. That's a manufacturing defect. Clean the parts, problem solved. Except it's not solved, because that explanation is incomplete. Independent mechanics who've torn these engines down post-recall are finding something different. The bearing surfaces in replacement engines show wear patterns consistent with oil starvation, not debris contamination. The 2 failure signatures are physically different under magnification. One is scoring from particles. The other is micro-welding from metal-to-metal contact. You don't get micro-welding from a debris problem. You get it from an oil supply problem. Here's the engineering reality Toyota will not say publicly. The V35A 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6 was originally designed for sedan and luxury SUV applications. Lower RPM loads, lower sustained torque demands. When Toyota dropped it into the Tundra, a truck routinely pulling 10,000 pounds through mountain passes, the sustained high-load oil demand exceeded what the original oil delivery architecture was designed for. The bearings starve under sustained towing loads, not because of debris, because the engine was never built for this job. They gave you a replacement engine built to the same spec, for the same job it can't do. This is why the Reddit thread titled titled 2023 Tundra, third engine, exists. This is why a dealer service tech, a 20-year Toyota veteran, told one owner on record that entire truck is a cluster. His words, not mine. Chapter 3. The fix that just got delayed. Again. 4 years. In 2022, Toyota launched the third-generation Tundra. By 2023, engines were failing. By 2024, they issued their first recall. By late 2025, they issued their second recall. And on May 1, 2026, 3 days ago, Toyota officially confirmed the fix for the second recall has been postponed. Again, because they still don't have one. 4 years into production, 2 recalls, 2 postponed fixes, 127,000 trucks. And if you own one, you are waiting for an answer that isn't coming. To be precise about the timeline, Toyota's remedies under Recall 25V767 include an engine replacement as option 1 and an oil system modification as option 2. Toyota's communication to NHTSA states they cannot currently confirm parts availability for either remedy at scale. What that means in plain language, if your engine fails today, under an active recall, Toyota may tell you there is no replacement engine available. You are in a queue. Meanwhile, you are making payments on a truck you cannot drive. A 2024 Tundra at MSRP is between $68,000 and $79,000. With financing, you're paying $900 to $1,200 a month. Every month, your truck sits at a dealer waiting for a part that doesn't exist. You are paying for it. Toyota is not reimbursing that. So let's talk about what actually works. Chapter 4. Your legal options. The real ones. Chapter 4 is the reason I told you to stay. There are 3 moves available to you right now if you own a 2022 through 2024 Tundra with a V35A engine. Move 1. Lemon Law. If your truck has been in for the same defect, engine failure, or related issues 3 or more times, or has been out of service for 30 or more cumulative days in the first 18 months or 18,000 miles, you qualify for lemon law protection in most states. Toyota has already bought back vehicles under this statute. One owner on Reddit confirmed Toyota agreed no questions asked and, I'm quoting directly, gave me back every penny I put in minus the mileage offset and cleared my loan. That is a full buyback on a $75,000 truck with no lawyer required in states with direct filing statutes. Move 2. Escalate the warranty claim. If your claim was denied, and many are being denied on the basis of oil filter brand or missed service records, you have the right to demand Toyota's regional dispute resolution process under federal Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act provisions. Put your demand in writing. Reference the active recall by number 25V767. Dealers cannot override an active safety recall denial without manufacturer authorization. That letter changes the conversation. Move 3. Document and trade. If you don't qualify for lemon law and you don't want to fight, document everything in writing today. Every visit, every complaint, every diagnosis. Get your VIN checked against the recall database at nhtsa.gov. A truck with an active recall and documented engine issues has different legal disclosure requirements when sold or traded. That documentation is your leverage. Your truck may be a financial trap, but it is not an inescapable one. 4 years, 2 recalls, no fix. 127,000 trucks waiting. Drop your model year and current status in the comments below. We're building the case file Toyota doesn't want documented. This is Truck Logic. We'll see you in the next one.